This is a really short, simple video on how to improve the condition of your feet. You can do these exercises daily and you don't need equipment, but if you do happen to have a pair of Franklin balls, they're really great to have for this. Otherwise, you could always grab yourself a spiky ball from a pet shop or a Rebel or something like that, but you want to make sure that the spiky ball isn't too hard so that when we're working through the foot, your foot can press into that softer surface to really roll through and massage the foot. If you're going to stand on a mat, make sure it's not too thick because we don't want something that's too unstable. We want to feel the feet really open out and ground down into the floor. Bare feet is best for this as well. So let's get into it. Position yourself somewhere in the room where there's a nice, flat, comfortable, even surface. Have your ball nearby, ready to use. Adjust your feet so that they feel comfortable and relaxed. And then when you're ready, take your eye gaze up, but bring your mind's eye attention down to your feet. Imagine that from your big toe to your little toe is a line across the ball of your foot. And then from those two outer points, there's a diagonal line drawing down towards your heel to a point. So you're making a tripod underneath the foot that has even weight on those 3 points. Lift the heel up on one foot and then draw it back gently like you're stretching the underside of your foot further along the floor, but without actually moving the foot on the surface. Feel the length that you've now created on the underneath side of the foot. To start with, we're going to do some toe and footwork. So you raise all 5 toes and notice if you just look down how the arches seem to have lifted a little higher off the floor. And as you place the toes down now, I want you to keep the arches lifted. So again, you raise all 5 toes without rolling out in the feet or in. Keep the arches lifted and place the toes down one at a time from the pinky side toe down to your big toe. Lift all 5 toes, lower toes down from the outside to the big toe like you're playing the piano. And last time, really keeping the arches lifted and see if you can get each toe to articulate one at a time. A little trickier now, raise your big toe but keep the other 4 toes down and then swap. So we raise the big toe on its own, keeping the other 4 toes down, and then we press the big toe down and raise the other 4 toes up. Now this is a little tricky and you might not get this at first, so don't give up, just keep practicing this. Checking that you're keeping the weight even on that tripod that we drew right at the beginning of this session. Trying again, and you can use your hands, but try to relax your hands as much as you can. Now just grab your ball that's beside you and bring it back to be in line with the heel of the foot that's on the floor. You're going to press down through the ball and massage along the underside of your foot from the toes right to the heel. Put all your weight into it and just make sure the ball doesn't escape forward from you, otherwise you can sort of roll off with that ball. So that's why I recommend bringing that ball back in line with your heel to begin with, so you're right in that good position. Press the heel onto the floor, put the ball of the foot over the ball now, relax your toes and roll across the ball of the foot from side to side, and you can really roll that foot right around to the floor when you're going in and out. So you're really getting a twist through the foot and really loosening up some of those bones and joints and the muscles that are closer to the middle of the foot. Bring your heel on top of the ball now, ball of the foot on the floor, and squidge the ball from side to side with the heel. Press down into the ball, but keep the toes relaxed. Again, you might tend to use your hands, but that's okay. Just try to minimize that the sort of more practice you get at this. So lastly now, I want you to step on the ball from the arch of the foot. Now you build up to taking the back leg off, but for now I want you to keep the toes down till you get your balance. And the foot that's on the ball, you try to keep both your toes and heels off the ground. So you're really just pressing through the arch, letting the ball push your arch up. So we're elevating the arch, elevating the middle of the foot, opening the bones across the top of the foot. Most importantly now, put your feet together, roll the ball to the side, close your eyes and bring your mind's eye attention back down to that foot and really take some mental notes on how that feels now in that foot You can compare it to the other one. There's no right or wrong answers here. And then just bring your attention further up into your calf, and your knee, and your thigh, and your lower back. And notice the difference between the two sides now. Bring the ball in. Let's do the other side. So you start with the ball back in line with your heel and roll that foot forward along the ball. Put as much weight as you can so you really get that foot to open up. Try to keep the toes as relaxed as possible, the arms. Keep breathing. Try not to hold your breath. Heel onto the ground now. Ball of the foot over the ball and roll that foot from side to side, creating a nice twist through the middle of the foot. We're aiming here to open up the arch. That's a very small arch underneath the ball of the foot so that we don't have that sort of collapsing right in the middle of the foot in that ball. Heel on the ground, on the ball, toes on the ground, and just squidge that ball from side to side. So we're trying to get a little bit of movement through our heel from side to side, which it does have. It is a minimal amount of movement we do have, but it's there. And lastly, just stepping on the ball. Remember to keep your back toes on the ground for now until you feel quite balanced, and you've practiced this a few times. So you want your toes and heel to be off the ground, and the ball is pushing the arch of your foot upwards and opening the top of the foot. Now place the feet just side by side, hip width apart again, and just bring your attention down to that foot now and feel the difference that it's made. Travel your attention up the leg to the lower back and buttocks and feel how much more grounded through your feet you are now. Feel a sense of lightness through the rest of the body, and then do a little tap dance. Well done.